Hi, this is Randall here in Michigan.
And I'm Matt here in Michigan. Today, Randall and I are taking a look back at, I would say, one comedy that we liked quite a bit when we were kids and stuff too. We're taking a look at 1993's Robin Hood Men in Tights. It stars Cary Elwes, Richard Lewis, Dave Chappelle, Roger Rees, and Amy Yazbek. It's directed by Mel Brooks. You probably know several of his other films, including Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankensteins, and the producers, just to name a few. But before Randall and I go any further, if you like this review, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and be sure to turn on notifications so you know when our other videos are coming out.
No, you forgot to mention, Matt. We have a review of Spaceballs. We did it as a live stream. Make sure to go check that out. In this comedic take on the classic tale of Robin Hood, it follows Robin and his merry men as they totally steal from the rich to give back to the poor. Well, you know, I'm sure that's in the movie somewhere, but mostly this movie is all about Robin and Maid Marian's lust for one another and trying to right the wrongs of Prince John. It had a $20 million budget thereabouts and had a worldwide box office gross of $67 million. Had average to probably below average reviews from critics, but above average reviews from audiences, and it's kind of developed a little bit of a cult following. Matt, Robin Hood Men in Tights, what do you think of this one, rewatching it now?
Alright, so I think this movie is really good when the gags are hitting and stuff. When it's funny, and it makes the movie go really well. It's really enjoyable. And I think the characters do a good enough job too. But when the gags aren't hitting, I think this movie slows down quite a bit and can seem a bit long at times. That's what I would say about this movie.
It's not even that long. Yeah, it's like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not that long. There's some slow spots in it that you don't expect. But, you know, there's some... I generally enjoyed my rewatch of this film. But I have to look at this through a lens of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's right. We watched this a lot as kids. This was definitely a film where, like, in my household, we would go down to the library and rent it, like, often, and we would watch it. It has some spots in it where, like, even the jokes are a little bit, okay, that's a little cringy by modern standards. And you know it's a Mel Brooks film, and there's a couple of rules for Mel Brooks films. One, nothing is sacred.
I put it into this little hole here and nip the tip.
Get that out of your mind right now. It's like Family Guy, but like Mel Brooks style Family Guy. He'll make fun of anything, he doesn't care. And two, don't take anything too serious.
I'm drowning! I'm drowning!
So even though there are some jokes that are done at the expense, usually of like body humor for Broomhilda, where it's like, oh, she's a big fat lady, haha, that's funny. It's like, you know, but you're just like, try not to take it too serious because he's not doing it to really make fun of that, like that population of people.
Yeah.
You know, he's just doing it because it's funny, but it's a little off-putting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of physical humor in this. I mean, of course we get our, like, play on words and stuff and our different names when, you know...
Achoo!
Bless you!
And then, of course, you know, we have the blind, you know, I don't know, housekeeper, whatever you want to say.
Hey, Lincoln. Did you say Abe Lincoln? No, I ain't say Abe Lincoln. I said, hey, Blinken.
So we have some of those, but yeah, a lot of it is, you know, the physical and stuff, humor that we get from Mel Brooks. And yes, like you're saying, all the gags that you get from other Mel Brooks films, they're in this film too.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of Mel Brooks films, this is not the height of Mel Brooks, but I think it's okay. I think there's a lot of that Mel Brooksness in this film, for sure. I enjoy it, and there's parts where I'm like, that reminds me of this other Mel Brooks scene from Spaceballs or Blazing Saddles or something like that. So I do get the good Mel Brooks feels when I watch this, and I think that's part of watching any Mel Brooks comedy.
Yep. Hey, this is straight up, you know, parody. This is, you know, just earlier, a Robin Hood Prince of Thieves came out, which I'm actually a big fan of that one, you know, Kevin Costner and stuff. I was a big fan of that one. And this one...
Why should I follow you? Why should I follow you?
Because Unlike some other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
The arrows at the beginning are obviously a direct parody of the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves.
Every time they make a Robin Hood movie, they burn our village down.
It definitely follows up Robin Hood Prince of Thieves and just says, we're just going to make fun of all of it. It's not about the poor, as I mentioned in the little plot synopsis. Yeah, he mentions it.
And tell them also that I vow to put an end to the injustice, right the wrongs, end the tyranny, restore the throne, protect the forests, introduce folk dancing, demand a 4-day work week, and affordable healthcare for Saxons and Normans.
Yes, good.
But it's not. It's just not about that. It's all about making fun of that.
Yes, exactly. Which is, great parody. And, I was thinking about some of the parts that don't hit or whatever, like one part in particular scene that I wasn't a big fan of that I thought was kind of long was kind of like the Godfather scene or whatever.
But it's Dom DeLuise.
It is Dom DeLuise, but for me, none of the jokes were really like hitting for me. I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, this gag is going on for a long time.
Excuse me. I don't understand a word you're saying.
No, I just came back from the dentist and left in the cotton balls.
And so, some of the things that aren't, hitting like that. And then, other characters we just have, for comedy, we have dumb characters that are, that add to the comedy. The
Little John,
Will Scarlet
characters.
I can't swim. Or, to make fun of, like, the prison guard or whatever that basically let everyone escape kind of thing.
On the other hand, bad news is severely punished. Ah!
Well, another thing this film does, which is something you do see with a lot of Mel Brooks stuff, lots of fourth wall breaking, but specific fourth wall breaking by specific characters at specific times. Usually it's Carrie, and it's excellent when it happens. He stares right at the camera and just delivers the line, flat-laced, fourth wall break. And it's funny. I laugh every time the fourth wall is broken this movie.
I do too. This movie lets you know that you're watching a movie. And Mel Brooks has a lot like in Spaceballs when they're like, watching the actual movie on video before it comes out. Stunt doubles. And in this one, they got like the script. They're all bringing the script out. Like, wait a minute, I can't lose. Kind of thing. That's a great gag that works in both Spaceballs and I worked in this movie too for me.
Yeah. Now this film also has one extra Easter egg. I'll call it an Easter egg. Every time I watch it, I forget until it comes up that Patrick Stewart is actually, King Richard. And I'm like, what? No, that can't be. Every single time. And I don't know why I forget that gag is coming, but because I do, it's like fresh every single time. I can't believe that Patrick Stewart's in this. And this was like at the height, I don't say the height, because he was just coming off of TNG's end, season 7 TNG's ending. And it's like, he's a big name at this point. Patrick Stewart playing a bit role as King Richard.
That's the thing too, you get someone like that and they're in for just, just a short little part or whatever to kind of add to the movie. So yeah, he plays it well. King Richard actually gives it, like a Scottish accent or whatever for the character.
Just another actor who can actually has an accent.
From this day forth, all the toilets in this kingdom shall be known as John's.
Oh, all in all though, this is still a fun film in my opinion. It's not anywhere near as, let's just use the word offensive, as Blazing Saddles may be. Even though I put Blazing Saddles as one of Mel Brooks's all-time best films, there's no like getting around some of the negative stereotypes and some of the stuff that it does. Robin Hood Men in Tights doesn't really reach anywhere near that level. So even by today's standards, I still have a lot of fun with it. I still enjoy it.
I still enjoy this one. I agree. It's not probably one of my top Mel Brooks films. I wouldn't put it up there with Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, or Young Frankenstein. I think for me, or even, I like The Producers and stuff too. I have that up there as well too. But it's still, there's enough gags that work and work really well. There's enough memorable parts in this movie that I still enjoy watching it. I do like watching Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's a good film.
But of course, we want to know what you guys think. What's your opinion on Mel Brooks's comedy? It's getting a little old now, or is it still awesome to watch? Let us know down in the comments below. We also have lots of other flashback movie reviews, new movie reviews, TV series reviews, and some deeper dive discussions.
We also have a Facebook page. Be sure to go out and check out our posts out there. We also post a day before our reviews come out to let you know what the topic is going to be. So you can set our calendar. Our reviews come out every Monday and Thursday. For now, I'm Matt, here in Michigan. Have a good day, everyone.
And I'm Randall, also here in Michigan, for now. I'll see everyone next time.
Next time on No Market Media. Please consider checking out some of our other videos.